Alzheimer's disease is a form of dementia. Okay. Dementia is the overall umbrella. So there's different types of dementia. Alzheimer's is one type of dementia, and it's the most common form of dementia. Um, Dementia is a impairment of it's a cognitive disease of the brain, and so people, most people develop early onset of Alzheimer's disease. And that's when you start to lose your memory, you start to forget things, you start to forget where you put your keys or different things like that. So that's what Alzheimer's, and that's how it affects. So you find that people start to forget things. Like I said, they forget where they put the keys. They may forget, what they had for dinner or something like that. So then that's when you should take your family member to get them tested for early onset. Some of the early signs are forgetfulness, forgetting where you put your keys. You may forget what you had for dinner last night. You may put your pocketbook where pots and pans are because that's where you think it is. A lot of people get paranoid, thinking somebody is after them or something like that. So those are some of the early signs that somebody may have dementia. So there's different types of dementia. Alzheimer's is one of them. I take care of my mom who has vascular dementia. So on a day-to-day basis, that's almost like you're taking care of a 10-year-old. So you have to make sure, like, they can't prepare their own meals. I have to prepare her meals for her. I take care of all her finances because she can't do her finances anymore. I have to put out her clothes for her every day because she can't, she knows how to dress herself. She can dress herself. But if it's up to her, she'll go outside in her pajamas, not knowing that it's pajamas that she has on. She thinks she has on regular clothes. It's difficult. It's difficult because now you reverse roles with, because that's my mom, and now it feels like I'm the mom and she's the child. So it's very difficult. You have to plan your life around this person. When you want to go on vacation, you have to make sure that you have someone that could take care of them while you're away. So it's like you put your life on hold just to take care of this person. My journey started in 2002 when my mom suffered a ruptured aneurysm. We got a phone call one day, said that our mother was in the emergency room. She was bleeding from her brain. So she had to have emergency surgery to stop the bleeding in her brain. And as they were going in, she was too weak to have open brain surgery at that time. So they did a new procedure that they had where they went up into the groin and they stuffed the blood vessel with coils. And so at that point, my mom had to learn how to do everything all over again. She was in a hospital from September of 2002 until February of 2003. When she came home, they, told us that she could never live by herself. She would always have to live with someone. So my sister took her at first, and then at the end of 2003, she came to live with me. and I've had her ever since. Um, I wanted to learn more about what was wrong with her, because what they said was due to the damage in her brain, it left her with dementia. I didn't know what dementia was, so I did a lot of research, and what came up was Alzheimer's. That's what came up. So I thought that my mom had Alzheimer's. So I started to research Alzheimer's, and my husband and I, we moved to Georgia in the end of 2005. And when we moved here, we opened up our own restaurant, and I wanted to do something to give back to the community. So being that I was taking care of my mom, I decided that I wanted to get involved in the Alzheimer's Association because that's what came up, and I wanted to learn more about Alzheimer's disease and all of that. So we started the McDonough Jerk Festival, and the money that we raised, we gave back to the Alzheimer's Association. As I began to go to the different walks, because I used to go to the walk in Peachtree City, I was like, why we can't do this in Henry County? Because what I noticed is, as I was trying to build teams and get people to come and walk with me, nobody wanted to go to Peachtree City to walk. So in, I want to say around 2010 or 13, somewhere around there. Anyway, we started to do a mini walk in Henry County, and we started to, that walk was just growing and growing, and people were hearing about us, that the Alzheimer's Association decided they were going to put a walk in Henry County. So I led up that walk for the last 3-4 years in Henry County, and as I was putting on that walk, God was like, this is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. You know, you're going to go somewhere with this. Because it was a lot to put on the walk, to do your own walk. And, you know, you had team members that just, because this is all volunteer. And so the last year, everybody just quit on me, like the whole committee just quit, and I was like, I can't do this, and God said, I didn't tell you to quit, I need you to continue on, because this is bigger than you. Then I came to the Alzheimer's Services Center, never knew this center was here. I found this center, and I was like, where have you been all my life? Because this is a place that I felt that my mother would really, really love. But I didn't know this center was here. And so I started volunteering here. And then I started helping them with their golf tournament. And today, I am the executive director of our Alzheimer's Services Center. I never knew what God was saying when he said that this was bigger than you, because it was bigger than me. So that was my journey through this whole thing. And it all started with my mom. Started with the city of McDonough. The city of McDonough, I was, through my business, I got to know the mayor. I got to know the chief of police, the McDonough chief of police at the time. And Councilwoman Sandra Benson, she was a really a huge help to me getting the awareness to the city. And so it started out with the city of McDonough. They became one of like our top sponsors, because they would let us have the park, so that we could walk. We started that we used to walk in the square. They would block the square off, that we could walk in the square. We did the Jerk Festival in the square, and that was bringing awareness to diversity. It was bringing awareness to diversity, and also bringing awareness about Alzheimer's disease at the same time. Um, so that's where the start was, and then it began to grow. We began to get partners such as senior living communities, hospitals, Piedmont Hospital, and then we try to get every city in Henry County to come on board. We got Stockbridge to come on board. Every year we would get proclamations from every city, including the county, for Alzheimer's Awareness. June is bringing Alzheimer's Awareness Month, so they would give us a proclamation in June. They will also give us a proclamation in September when the walk happens, because that's World Alzheimer's Awareness Month. So we really got the awareness throughout Henry County, and still trying to do more in Henry County. Once I came over to Clayton County, now I'm trying to get the awareness over here in Clayton County, because they have an Alzheimer's Services Center right here in Clayton County, and people need to know about it. People need to know that there's a place for caregivers where they can bring their loved one and don't have to leave them home alone by themselves, because they can't. But it's hard for a caregiver because you don't want to leave them home, but you got to work. You got to work, and bringing them to adult daycare center is a place that you know that they're going to be safe and that they're going to be taken care of. And that's the awareness that we need to get out, that there is one right here in Clayton County, that Clayton County residents could take their loved one, and all the other surrounding counties, because none of the other counties have a place specifically for people with Alzheimer's and other dementias. The services that we offer is adult daycare center, adult day services, where you could bring your loved one between the hours of 7:30 and 4:30 and leave them here, and they get breakfast, they get lunch, and they get 2 snacks a day. We also provide respite care, weekend respite, where if you wanted to go away for the weekend, you could bring your loved one here and leave them here for the weekend. And they get the same services. They'll even, they're taken care of 24 hours through the weekend. You drop them off on Friday at 4 o'clock, and you come back and get them Sunday at 6. We also have caregiver support services, where we support caregivers. We do caregiver support groups. The caregivers could come here. We have a gym that the caregiver could utilize, while their loved one is here. We also have a caregiver's room that if you don't have, a computer and stuff at home, you could come here and you could do everything you need to do on a computer. Because we take, not only do we take care of the client, we also want to take care of the caregivers. Because of COVID, all of these services had to be suspended temporarily. So what we're offering now is telehealth, what they call telehealth services, where the things that we would do with them if they were here, we do it with them through Zoom. So they'll play games, they'll watch a movie. It'll be just like they were here, but they're not. They'll get to see the other participants who are online with them. We try to make a safe environment for them, because we know that our seniors is our most vulnerable population. So we wanted to introduce something to them that they could still get some of the same services that they would get if they were here. The key to that is, though, we're talking about seniors, and seniors with a disability. So that means that the caregiver still has to be online with them. They will have to set them up at the computer. So it's still a little work for the caregiver as well. We provide meals for them every week. We make sure that they get 5 days worth of lunches. We give them their lunches because if they were here, they would get those meals as well, and we give them a snack. So we still try to do something for them, even through the COVID. Well, first, the staff has to adapt. You know, you have staff that may not have been computer savvy. Okay, so now they have to learn how to get on Zoom and what is that, because they never heard of it. You know, you have some staff that never heard of, you know, Zoom and stuff like that. So you have to introduce that to them, get them up to par with the technology, and then it's challenging for seniors especially because, and caregivers, because some of them don't have the equipment at home, so they can't get online, and that's where I think that the community needs to step in. And you know, because we got seniors out here, we got seniors who can't leave their house, who have not left their house in over a year, and they may not have a computer. You know, why can't we get them a computer? Then you got the caregivers who've been home with their loved one for over a year, and they need a break. They need a break. But guess what? If any of them are like me, I'm not sending my mom back in. I'm not ready for my mom to go back into the community yet, because COVID is real. And people were dying every day. Thousands and thousands of people were dying every day. So now you got people who are scared to send their loved one back into the community, who may not want to. So you got some people who don't even want to get them vaccinated because they're scared of that too. So it's a lot. It's a lot, and especially for someone who's dealing with somebody with dementia and Alzheimer's disease. These people are really, really suffering. And then on top of that, you had some who just declined and they passed away. So it's rough out here with the COVID pandemic, and especially those who are suffering with Alzheimer's and dementia. They're very vulnerable because I don't know if you realize people with Alzheimer's and dementia, they said, you know, like the senior population that had underlying health conditions. Someone with Alzheimer's and dementia, they already have an underlying health condition because either they have high blood pressure, they have diabetes, they have something else going on besides the Alzheimer's and dementia. So they're very vulnerable, very vulnerable.
Okay.
And then you're talking about these people, you know, you want everybody to wear a mask. They can't even remember what they had for breakfast that morning, and then you want them to remember to wear a mask. That's really, really hard. That's very hard for them. Very. Our website, they can go to our website. It's www.asc-ga.org, or they can call me personally. I love to talk to caregivers. I love to talk to anybody. So I give out my personal cell phone number. They can call me at 678-713-6720 because I've always got my cell phone with me. Because we're only here 3 days a week. So right now we're only here 3 days a week. So you can call our office. Our office number is 678. Our office number is 770-646-8255. 603-4090. And we're here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. We have our annual golf tournament coming up, which is on Monday, June 28th, and it's at Lake Spivey Golf Course here in Jonesboro. And it's our fundraiser. It's our biggest fundraiser. And how you can support: you can come out and play golf with us. You can get a team together, or you can be a sponsor. We have different sponsorship levels. If you go to our website, you'll see the different sponsorship levels. Or you can just make a donation if that's what you want to do. We take donations all the time. And that's how we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And how we get our funding is through donations. So please go and donate. Help us save our center. Help us save the Alzheimer's Services Center. Well, we do something we have the walk in September, because September is World Alzheimer's Awareness Month. And then November is National Alzheimer's Awareness Month. And usually in November, we try to put on a play to educate people about Alzheimer's disease and what it is, and what a caregiver does, what a caregiver goes through. It's an excellent play. It's directed by Chris Scott. It was written. Don't get me calling any names. Trying to think of her name, but I can't think of her name right now. But it's hopefully we'll be able to do this play this year. We had planned to do it last year, but then COVID hit. So hopefully we'll be able to do it again this year in November. I always like to say, and this is to a caregiver, please don't leave your loved one at home. Look for a place such as the Alzheimer's Services Center that they can go to be there. And it also helps with their social skills, because they're around other people who are just like them, and they get to know one another. Just don't leave them at home. And if you need some place to just come and talk, like I said, we're here 3 days a week. Our doors are always open those 3 days a week. Hopefully we'll be back and be open 5 days a week. But for now, we're open 3 days a week. So just don't do something special for them, and let them get back out into the community, because that really prolongs their life. Number one, make sure that you're with them at all times. And I know it's hard, but me and my mother have been joined at the hip since COVID. Make sure that they wear their masks, because they forget, and they want to take their masks down, and other people just don't care about the next person. So I always make sure that my mom protects herself, even if people don't want to think about the next person. So that's number two. And then number three, just take them outside, take them for a walk. I take my mom, we go get our nails done. Just do something with them to make them feel like they're still a part of the world, because I know that they don't understand what's going on right now. But you can make it better for them, as being their caregiver, by doing things with them.